Imagine this, you're on a date. Everything's going perfectly, the chemistry, the conversation, the laughter. And then suddenly a thought pops into your head. What will they think if they see hair down there? It's almost ridiculous when you say it out loud, but for so many people, this question is real, constant, and sometimes even anxiety-inducing. In 2025, in a world that claims to celebrate individuality and self-love, why are so many still afraid to show something that is completely natural? Today we're going to talk about the bush, yes, body hair, the myths surrounding it, why we've been conditioned to fear it, and how the body positivity movement is reshaping the way we see ourselves. By the end of this episode, I promise you'll never look at body hair the same way again. Body hair is one of those topics that seems small, but carries centuries of cultural baggage. The way we treat it isn't just about grooming habits. It's about social expectations, personal freedom, and even power. Think about it. Where did the idea come from that hair is dirty, unattractive, or something to be ashamed of? And why, for decades, has smooth, hairless skin been the default image of beauty in the media? The truth is, the story of the bush is as much about marketing and control as it is about personal preference. If we take a step back in time, the history of hair removal is fascinating and a little telling. In ancient Egypt, both men and women removed most of their body hair, not just for hygiene, but as a symbol of status and refinement. In ancient Greece and Rome, smooth skin was linked to youth and purity, often depicted in art and sculpture. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and the obsession with hairless skin all but disappeared. Modesty and covered clothing made body hair a non-topic. Then came the 20th century. In 1915, advertisements for women's razors began flooding magazines, coinciding with the introduction of sleeveless dresses and shorter hemlines. It wasn't just fashion evolving, it was a deliberate push to sell products. By the 90s and early 2000s, pop culture and the adult film industry cemented the image of completely hairless bodies as the standard of desirability. And that brings us to today, where many still believe hairlessness is not just attractive, but necessary. But here's the thing. Biologically, body hair is not a flaw. It's there for a reason. Pubic hair, underarm hair, leg hair. They all serve practical purposes. They reduce friction, protect sensitive skin from irritation, act as a natural barrier against bacteria, and even help regulate body temperature. There's also an evolutionary aspect. Hair can carry subtle scents, pheromones, that play a role in sexual attraction. The idea that it's unhygienic is simply not true. Hygiene is about cleanliness, not the absence of hair. Washing regularly is all it takes. The myth that smooth equals clean? That's marketing, not science. So why do so many people still feel pressured to remove it? The answer is simple but uncomfortable: social pressure. Studies show that over 80% of women remove hair from their legs, underarms, and pubic area regularly, often not because they want to, but because they feel they have to. And this pressure isn't just harmless beauty culture. It comes with side effects, physical and emotional. Physically, constant hair removal can lead to irritation, ingrown hairs, infections, and even skin damage. Emotionally, it can create anxiety, lower self-esteem, and make people feel insecure in intimate situations. When your mind is more focused on whether you're presentable than on the moment itself, it robs you of joy and connection. The psychological weight of this is bigger than it seems. When society teaches you from a young age that something natural about your body is wrong, You internalize that shame. You carry it into relationships, into dating, into moments of intimacy. For some, it can take years or even decades to unlearn. And that's exactly why conversations like this matter. They're not about telling you what to do with your body. They're about giving you permission to decide for yourself, without shame as the deciding factor. This is where body positivity steps in. The movement, which began as a way to challenge unrealistic beauty standards, has expanded to include every aspect of the body, and that includes body hair. Over the last few years, we've seen a wave of change. On Instagram and TikTok, models and influencers proudly show underarm hair, leg hair, and yes, the bush. Hashtags like Just January and Just Body Hair is Natural have gathered millions of views. High-profile celebrities have posed in fashion campaigns without shaving, and the message is clear. Shaving is not the default. It's a choice. And that's the most important point here. Choice. Body positivity is not about shaming people who like to be hairless. If you genuinely love the feeling of smooth skin, go for it. But the key question is, are you doing it because you like it, or because you're afraid of what others will think? The healthiest place to be is the one where your grooming habits are a reflection of your personal comfort, not social pressure. Psychologists say that embracing natural hair, even if only sometimes, can actually boost confidence, because you're proving to yourself that you're not dependent on external validation. You're saying, this is my body and it's fine exactly as it is. Now let's break down some common myths about body hair that keep this pressure alive. Myth number 1. Body hair is unhygienic. In reality, bacteria live on the skin, not in the hair itself. Cleanliness is about washing, not shaving. Myth number 2. Partners find hair unattractive. Preferences vary hugely, and many people find natural hair just as, if not more, appealing. Myth number 3. Hair means you're unkempt or lazy. That's a societal judgment, not a fact. Myth number 4. Hair removal is always safe. In truth, waxing, shaving, and laser treatments can have side effects, from mild irritation to more serious infections. And myth number 5. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. This one is pure illusion. Hair may feel thicker because the ends are blunt after shaving, but the density and thickness don't actually change. When it comes to relationships, the conversation about hair can be surprisingly intimate. If you're keeping your hair natural, it can feel vulnerable to share that with a partner, especially if you've been conditioned to think it's unattractive. But open communication is key. You don't owe anyone an explanation, but if you want to share your reasons, it can help your partner understand your perspective. And if someone reacts negatively, that's not a reflection of your worth. It's a sign they have their own biases to unpack. Some couples even find that alternating between hairless and natural keeps things interesting and helps both partners appreciate the variety. There's also a cultural element here that's worth noting. In some parts of the world, body hair is not stigmatized the way it is in Western media. For example, in parts of Europe and South America, seeing natural body hair on women is more normalized. In other places, religious or traditional customs might encourage hair removal, but it's framed as a personal ritual, not a social judgment. These cultural differences show that beauty standards are not universal truths. They're learned preferences. And anything learned can be unlearned. The truth is, hair is just one small part of who you are. But the way you feel about it can say a lot about your relationship with your body. Imagine living without that constant worry of whether you're acceptable. Imagine intimacy without self-consciousness about a few strands of hair. Imagine treating your body not as a project to be managed, but as a home you live in. That's the kind of freedom body positivity can give you. So the next time you reach for a razor, wax, or book a laser appointment, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I doing this for me or for someone else? If the answer is for me, that's empowerment. If the answer is because I'm afraid of what people will think, that's a sign that maybe, just maybe, it's time to challenge the rule book you've been handed. Your body is beautiful with hair, without hair, with stubble, with smooth skin. It's not the presence or absence of hair that defines beauty. It's the confidence you carry in your skin. And confidence comes from self-acceptance, not from meeting an impossible checklist. So here's my challenge for you. Experiment. Try going a week without shaving and see how you feel. Or if you've always been natural, try a different style, not for anyone else, but to explore your own comfort zone. Play with it, own it, and remember that nothing about your body is something to be ashamed of. And if you ever feel that flicker of doubt, remind yourself of this. Your body hair is as natural as the hair on your head, and both tell the story of you. Don't let outdated beauty standards decide how you feel in your own skin. If this conversation has made you think differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the most attractive thing you can wear is confidence, whether that's paired with a silky smooth finish or a bold, beautiful bush.